Thanks so much for coming to watch this fun and unique video. I bet you've never seen Chicken McNugget pens. Yes, these are pens, so I'm going to show you how to make these and 2 other McDonald's-inspired school supplies. Let's get started. So the Chicken McNuggets come in 4 shapes, which is the bone, bell, boot, and ball. So that's going to be my inspiration, obviously. So here I have some Crayola Model Magic, which is amazing stuff. I have my miniature pens from one of those multicolored pens, and I have the best color paint ever. And here I go with the bell. So this does take some time to sort of perfect your chicken nugget look. I'm sort of experimenting with adding some texture. Lots of fun though, and of course this Model Magic is amazing for just sort of creating whatever you want. Once you feel like you have the perfect shape, I sort of played around with what is the best way to hold a Chicken McNugget pen. So you kind of want to figure that out for yourself prior to inserting the pen, because it does feel pretty weird. It's obviously not your traditional pen shape. So I felt like this was the most comfortable for me. Therefore, I put the pen at the tip of the boot. So all you do after that is keep creating your shapes and then let them dry out. And this is just so much fun to make. And obviously don't eat them at the end, even though they look like they're totally real. So this is my ball McNugget shape, and now I'm going to attempt the bell McNugget shape. Alright, I don't know why, but this bell took a long time, so of course I just wanted to make sure that it looked perfect, and I obviously felt out what was most comfortable before inserting the pen. So that's definitely the big tip here, is just figuring out what's comfortable. So I'm making the 4th Chicken McNugget shape, which is the bone. I felt like this was actually kind of hard to get different from the boot. Obviously they're very similar, but if you want it to be super authentic, then you know, you might find it challenging. Once you're done your shapes, just make sure you let them dry before painting them. So I'm so excited about this, because this was kind of the inspiration behind all this, was this color. I thought this was absolutely amazing, and this actually came in a paint set I had. If you don't have this color, I would recommend using yellow, of course, and maybe adding a little bit of black. Obviously be very careful with that, because you don't want to add too much black. So paint, 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 and I'm so happy with how this is looking so far. And for all those Chicken McNugget lovers out there, I just want to grab these and eat them up. But obviously don't do that. But this is starting to look actually better than I anticipated. So this is dry. So amazing. So what I did here is I went on the internet and I printed out a printable of the 4 Chicken McNugget container. So this is super easy to use. Just cut on the lines and then glue it together, and there you have your own Chicken McNugget container, carton, whatever you call it, and your own squishy, I might add, squishy, super real looking Chicken McNuggets that I bet if you brought these into class, people would actually think that these were Chicken McNuggets. So yummy looking! To make these McDonald's inspired paper clips, you will require a glue gun. This is obviously extremely important because this is how you make them. So I'm just trying my best to shape the shapes that I created. So I did a hamburger, I did a milkshake, or not a milkshake, a soda, I'm attempting a chicken nugget, and I did fries as well. So they've already cooled off, and I'm just trimming them, mainly the little stringies that come with the glue gun, but just trimming them to whatever shape I want them in. Now I'm using nail polish, but of course if you don't have all the colors of the rainbow to make your McDonald's food or whatever you're gonna make from McDonald's, maybe it's gonna be a McFlurry, that would be so awesome. You can still use paint, so whatever you have, or even markers, permanent markers probably work well, whatever you have to just have a lot of fun with it. So once your little shapes have completely dried, you can start prepping your paper clip. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue on the actual paper clip, and just make sure that the paper clip is the way that you want it to be when you put it in the paper. There's nothing worse than doing something backwards or wrong, so you want to make sure that's all correct, and then you just glue it on your shape and you're totally done. Last DIY I'm going to show you is turning this USB stick into a apple pie. Yum, yum, yum. So I'm just going to use my brown Sharpie here, and if you want to get super artistic and detailed, I was thinking you could color it in yellow and then use the brown to actually define the pie a bit more. So whatever you guys feel like doing, I'm just going to scribble it in with brown and go from there. Once that's dry, I'm going to now move on to making the pie box. So I'm going to use this adhesive foam, which is actually one of my favorite materials for crafts because it's so sticky and just, I don't know, it's just useful for many, many things. So I'm going to try to make this look like the apple pie box as much as I can, and this is so awesome because it just sticks together so nicely. So you can just stick it right together, no glue required, and make sure that obviously the part that goes into your computer is able to come out of whatever you're using to create your apple pie box. So mine's pretty good so far. I'm going to now color it in with the colors. So I'm using my permanent markers here, and of course making those golden arches, so the yellow M. And after all that fun coloring, you have yourself a McDonald's apple pie USB stick. How amazing is this? So either you can keep that little piece on or take it off, whichever you prefer. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching the whole thing. Please make sure that you subscribe. We're almost at 100,000, and we would love for you to be part of our channel. Make sure that you also like and share this video. I think people will be really intrigued by the idea of a chicken McNugget pen. So please help spread the word, as this is unique, and I would love for this idea to get out there. Thanks, everyone.